Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome back once again to Phatkat Collections. Excited to bring to you folks another amazing Spinnaker watch. And these ones, I don't know if you could detect the excitement on my face here or in my tone, but this one is just a lot of fun. Let me just shut up for a second. Check this bad boy out. Oh man, look at that color. So this is what I love about Spinnaker, and what I really like about some of their new recent, I'll call these re-releases, because I'm pretty sure these came out several months ago, and maybe even years ago. But they brought back, which one's this one? This is the GMT. I'm just trying to pull this up real quick so I can give you guys all the specifications. But this is the Picard, the Haas. We go to all watches. I don't like their website, to be honest with you. It's like, it's a little bit, I don't know if they need to fix the links here, but some of these, when you go to click, like, you have to click all watches to find some of these. So I think this one's the Bradner. Let me go back here, get the right color here. Is that the Bradner? No, which one is this watch? Fuck. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, you'll see a video here, and I'm trying to find the watch myself. And a lot of times when I put a link up, I don't always give you guys, there it is, okay. I don't always give you guys the direct link to the watch. I give you the link just to their website. All right, so, sorry. Let me just start over. So this one is the Bradner GMT, not to be confused with the Flus GMT, which is extremely similar to this watch. Just a few different variations here. And if you haven't checked out my video I did on the Flus, I have two different variations of that watch, maybe even three. This one here, it almost can be confused that, but let me get right to it. So what the main difference is that they've thrown well, there's several differences, but the main difference is, and I'm only saying this because when I first looked at them out of the box, I was like, oh, these watches are the same, until I actually like really looked at them. And so the main difference is this has an internal bezel. So you have this second function knob here, and when you turn that, you rotate the inner bezel, which is pretty cool. I like the fact the bezel's protected under the crystal, but what I really like about this watch more than anything is really the color. Now, I think they make a lot of great colors, right? But this one here is called the linen, and the beige linen, and this one here, I absolutely love the baby blue and linen color, like a beige. It's not a color you see. I've never seen this color by any other brand. And it's just it's just a great looking piece. We have that Doxa style grains of rice bracelet. They could have just put a standard bezel on it. I love that it's internal like that. We do have a screw down crown, which to me doesn't make a lot of sense to have a screw down crown and then a non-screw down function knob, because the weakest link is the non-screw down version, but you still get a great level of water resistance here. And speaking of the water resistance, you are going to get 18 ATMs. It also comes with a beige rubber strap. And a lot of times, if you guys have been watching me, I have a lot of watches with leather and rubber and silicone, but I usually wear bracelet. But the beige on this is so cool. It's going to look like such a fun, light, springtime watch. Again, wear it whenever you want. I'm not trying to, I know a lot of times, even with cologne reviews, they're like, oh, this one here is made for the summer, it's for winter. You can wear whatever you want, when you want. With cologne collecting, it's a little different because sometimes cologne can be a little cloying. Watches you can really wear whenever you want. But we do always associate those pastel colors with spring and summer. Baby blues, linens, light whites. I do wear them year-round, though. So this is definitely a year-round watch. And it's definitely a watch that, again, you're just not gonna, I like when they do things that are just not the same old, we see so many companies that just come out with, hey, we come out with the newest watch. And what is it? It's a homage or copy of a Submariner. I like those, I wear them, I have a lot of them, don't get me wrong, but these are the watches I get really excited about. The ones that are different than anything else in my collection. Of over 400 watches, there's nothing else that looks like this. When this is in the watch box or in the safe, it's not going to get confused with another black face watch, right? Or another white face watch or a red watch. It's just totally different. I love it. Just check it out. Let me get a couple close-ups here. So we have an exhibition window on the case back. Very nice. I like that they did that. But I can go either way with an exhibition window. It's cool to be able to see the movement. But even without, it's still, it's still awesome. 20mm stainless steel. All stainless steel, 3/16 stainless steel, case, bracelet, clasp, everything. You have 20 millimeters on this. So if you did want to change it up with extra straps, maybe you want to find the baby blue one, you know, you can do so with ease. It does have a milled clasp, which is, you know, it's no, I say the same thing in every video. It's no better than a stamped clasp, but it definitely looks better. It definitely has a finished, more refined look. Dual push button, 3 levels of micro adjustment, and of course a nice safety latch here, which locks this down on your wrist. Whoops, let me just close it. There we go. Spinnaker branding, you know, they don't really, I hate that I have to even mention that, like when I say they don't over brand. Like Invicta is the only ones that has gotten any kind of like fluff for putting Invicta on the side, like big deal. But whatever, you know, if it bothers you, then you don't buy one. But this one just has the branding on the face, the rotor, of course on the clasp, so pretty minimal. And you know, I don't know, I think branding's great. You show it off. This is a Spinnaker, you know. What else? It does have a rather thicker wrist presence. Not for me, but for some folks, they're like, oh, you know, it's too thick. This is going to give you 15 millimeters in case thickness, 42 millimeter case diameter, and 50 millimeters lug to lug. And again, I absolutely love that that bracelet. You know, it's something that Doxa has been using for over 60 years, and I love that they did it on this. It just, to me, the grains of rice bracelet just scream like dive watch, but also dress watch. So it's really a really nice hybrid bracelet, and I like that they get away from the standard 3-link. Again, don't get me wrong, I have many of those, but these just look really great on the wrist. I mean, they all do, but you get what I'm saying. What else? You do have that sapphire crystal, if I didn't mention that already. Applied indexes with Swiss New Light, screw down crown, non-screw down function knob, and that's really about it. Oh, movement on this here. So this one is a, they list Japanese automatic GMT. I'm glad that, I don't know if they've updated the description or if they've always had this on Spinnaker. Dartmouth owns Spinnaker, Nubeo, RGMT, Cadola, brands like that. And a lot of times they'll just put Japanese automatic movement. I don't know why. But with this, they did put in the introduction Seiko NH34. So that's pretty cool. You know, anytime you're getting any serious movement, whether it be a 35, 36, 34, you're getting a pretty well-respected movement. I mean, you should never really care what other people think, but it is a watch that, you know, I think when you buy if you buy a movement that is just an off-brand, right? You know, there's always a question on, you know, what am I getting? What's the quality like? You know, if it's just some no-name automatic movement. But you can have good and bad luck with anything. I do like the fact that it is coming from a company that's been around a while. And at the end of the day, Seiko NH35, 4s, 6s, ETAs, Valjoux, Solitas, all those movements have different price points, and at the end of the day, they all tell time relatively well. So I just don't see the point in spending more. I think the only, and I have them, don't get me wrong, but I've, you know, I'm in a different situation. Companies collaborate with me, right? So getting something for free is a little bit different than me saying, hey, you need to spend money on this. But I'm not going to tell you that if you spend $400 on a watch because it has a Solita, that you're going to get some different experience. What you're going to get is, I find that people who have those movements tend to either be the guys that were sold that by you know, some guy saying this is why you need this, and they got sold that, right? And they're like, all right, cool, I got my watch, it's got Solita, it's good. Or they're guys who like already have a lot of the NH series movements like I do, and it's like, well, you know, we're all obsessive when it comes to watch collecting. If you have hundreds of watches, you have a problem like I do, and you know, you just want to have a Solita, you want to have a Valjoux, and so, you know, that's kind of the motivation behind me getting them. But I'll tell you right now, at the end of the day, if you have a lot of watches, you're probably having to reset the time, if they're automatic, quite often whenever you decide to pull the watch out of your box, wherever you store them. And so just the accuracy, it just doesn't really mean anything to me. What matters is my #1 checkbox is, do you like it? And when I saw this watch, I'm always going through their website looking for what they got that they snuck in on there and I don't know about, that's new for me to request. And they put these on there. Now, I already reviewed one of these watches in the past. I think it was like the Pepsi version, Pepsi or Coke version, black and red. But when I saw these, I was like, honestly, the color is what drew me in. When I saw that, you know, I've seen the other colors they had. I wasn't motivated to say, hey, let me review that watch again under the black face or the white face. This color really made me want to get my hands on it. I'm really glad I did. I've been rocking this one all day. Love it every time I look down, and I know you will too. So without further ado, let's throw on the wrist. I'm 5'8", I weigh 182 pounds, and I have 7-inch wrists. So this is what this bad boy is going to look like on a guy my size, my height, and my weight. Again, you know, we're all going to have differences of opinion on what you like to wear, and always buy what you're going to feel comfortable wearing. And this is for the folks who, I hear it all the time too. They're like, oh, 42 is too small for me. I don't agree. I think a 42 anybody can wear, and I don't think you should really look at a smaller watch as being something that you're like, oh, well, I'm a big guy. Like, I'm not a big guy by any means, but I still wear the big watches. I'll wear 50s, I'll wear 70s. It's just nice to have a good variety in your collection where you can, you know, wear whatever you want. I tend to kind of wear my watch based on what shirt I'm wearing. I'm usually just a cowboy blue jean guy, and depending on what shirt I'm wearing kind of determines what watch I will wear. That doesn't mean I will wear a baby blue shirt like this and wear, every time I wear a baby blue shirt, I don't have to wear this exact watch. It doesn't mean I have to wear a blue watch, but I do like to be able to kind of color coordinate things. You may be totally different. You may not care at all. That's just kind of how I've always been. But at least with all the wonderful brands out there, there's so many options. And, you know, I don't know. I just have a lot of enjoyment being able to accessorize like that. So very cool. Check it out. If this is not your cup of tea, again, check out the other color combinations. If this watch isn't your thing either, like let's say you're like, all right, well, 42 is a little small. They do have, let me just show you here. I haven't reviewed this one yet, but this is their Floose. And very similar. What they've done, they give you a wider bracelet and a 43mm case. Still a GMT, but doesn't have that inner rotating bezel. It just has an exterior bi-directional bezel. But very similar watches. You know, if you glance at them real quick, you'd think they were the exact same watch, and mainly because of the bracelet, but they are different. Now, I gotta tell Spinnaker, one thing you guys gotta start doing is making some pink watches. I know they will do well. The men's market for pink watches, there's not a lot out there, and I know guys really like them. Aragon's a perfect example. They'll come out with a few limited edition pink versions, and they always sell out. So imagine this watch with like a pink and white, even like a pink and beige. I like that they're doing some baby blue. I like the fact they did this instead of baby blue and white, they did it with beige. Totally unique, totally different. It really stands out. But we need to get some pink in there. Pink and black, you know, awesome. So anyway, that's it, folks. If you guys have any questions, by all means, let me know. Do subscribe to the channel. Do check out my link and coupon code in the description. And if I can help you guys in any way, by all means, let me know. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, guys, and take care.